Women with ADHD, this question is for you. What is your number one ADHD pet peeve? In what sense is affected? What's your number one ADHD pet peeve? In what sense is affected? I've asked this question before, and the responses that I've gotten were all sensory related. Somebody chewing too loud, somebody talking too loud, somebody in your ear making random noises, somebody interrupting you, and either they're being too loud or they're too annoying, or maybe there's a bad smell in the area, or no smell. Maybe there's an absence of a certain smell that you like in a certain area, but because you can't find that familiar smell, you're pissed off. What is your number one ADHD pet peeve, and what sense is affected? I'm going to take a wild guess, and I'm going to say it has something to do with sound, misophonia. And it could be the tags in the back of your clothes. It could be that, but I'm going to guess, and I'm going to say it has something to do with sounds. And one of the most frustrating sounds of all sounds is the chewing sound. At least for me. I'm not a woman with ADHD, but for this video, I can identify as one. Anybody with ADHD, the sounds are not pleasant. I remember one time I was talking to my mom, and I finally mustered up the courage to tell her, I said, Mom, I want to continue this conversation with you, but you're chewing your gum so loud, I just can't focus. It's making me feel like I have to scratch my skin off. And she apologized, and she's like, oh, you should have told me something. I'm like, how do you tell your mom that she's chewing too loud, or she's chewing with her mouth open? I mean, if you have the type of mom that I have, that's not a conversation that you want to have. You rather have somebody else let her know that she's chewing too loud. But you as a kid, you don't want to say that. But it got to a point where I just couldn't handle it. Just that. I just, I couldn't do it. It's so frustrating. And when you're at home, you'll find that you can normally let your spouse or your kids or your friends know, hey, all that chewing, I can't do that. Please chew with your mouth closed, or go over there and let me stay over here. But where it becomes very difficult is when you're in public, when you're at a work meeting and your boss is chewing with their mouth open. You can't tell your boss to keep it low. You want to keep your job. But your boss is out somewhere just, maybe you put some headphones in, maybe you excuse yourself and go to the restroom. Maybe you're on a plane with somebody. The person 2 rows ahead of you or 2 rows behind you is chewing their butt off. How do you address that? If you don't have any headphones. Let's assume you have no AirPods, no noise canceling headphones. These are the situations where we figure out what we're actually made out of, because there's nothing more frustrating than those annoying sounds. And in situations where we can just get away from it, cool. But sometimes we can't. And that's when you really figure out, okay, I hate this type of thing, and I'm going to do my best to never, ever be around it again in my life, ever. It's truly that bad. It's truly that bad. So I'd love to hear from you. I'm assuming that your pet peeve has to do with something that's sensory related. And if it's not, I still want to hear. Let me know.